Hello everyone and welcome. I'm glad you could make it today. We're going to get started with our webcast, which should take about 35 to 40 minutes. My name is Bridget from Aspect Enterprise Solutions, and I will be your host for this scenario analysis webcast. Today we'll show you how stress testing allows you to analyze trading scenarios and plug in what-if trading possibilities to instantly calculate profit and loss potential in multiple currencies based on varying pricing factors. This allows you to understand how P&L can be negatively or positively impacted to avert losses and take advantage of market opportunities. It's also instant, so there's no wait as you change scenarios and get calculations instantly. We'll also show you how cloud computing applications make this powerful tool and many others affordable and immediately available to all size companies. We estimate this session, as I said, to be about 40 minutes in length. There'll be a live Q&A at the end, so please enter your questions in the Q&A screen. It should be on the right side of your panel. And following Stas's demo, we'll get to those questions. Any questions not answered today during this session will be answered via email, and you're also free to send additional questions following the link to myself or Stas. We will be recording this event, so you'll get the recording link via email for future reference. So let's get started with the agenda. We'll start with a brief explanation about who we are, followed by an introduction of our speakers, then a presentation by Stas Chekhverkov, who will provide an overview of what you can do with the scenario analysis tool in terms of pricing and trading scenarios and trading optionality. We'll then move to a live demo of the scenario analysis tool. Test check. It appears we might have a couple of people who may not be hearing this. Let's see. Let me just double check something. Okay. I'll check on that as soon as I get through with this introduction, because it appears it's only two people. So I would recommend that you double check your speakers on your laptop and also your headset. You will need that, and if you don't have a headset, you will definitely need speakers. So I'll go ahead with this part of the introduction. So then we'll move to the live demo of the scenario analysis tool, which will take about 15 minutes. And let's get with the introduction of speakers. As I mentioned, I'll be your host. I'm responsible for global marketing and communications here at Aspect, and I work closely with our business development team to understand the needs of our customers and the market. Providing the expertise today is Stas, who is a business consultant. Stas is a longtime employee of Aspect and he works to provide customers successful deployments and usage of our solutions. He is an expert in energy trading and risk management. Before turning over the webcast to Stas, let me tell you a little bit about our business. Aspect is the only company that delivers a web-based multi-commodity solution that integrates market data, analytics, trading, and risk management applications on one platform. We deliver enterprise-class applications on the internet at a low, predictable monthly cost. This means there's no software to install or maintain. You can log in from anywhere in the world and get everything you need to monitor markets and trade. Our solutions scale from 1 to thousands of users globally. You just add and remove users as needed and your budgets allow. Also noteworthy is our recognition for the second year in a row to Gartner's Magic Quadrant of ETRM systems. Gartner is the leading global technology analyst, and so this distinction is quite coveted by many providers. We're proud of this recognition and being recognized as a leading choice in this space. Now let's take a look at our high-level points briefly. What you see here is how our solutions stack up and how they're all on one platform: trading, risk, and market data. This means you can access the tools you need with one password in one place. Aggregated data to make decisions, and you push that data, whether it's energy, metals, agricultures, and softs, through your trading, risk, and invoicing processes through our solutions. For years, we served the oil and energy markets, and over the past 2 years, we added clients in metals, steel, biofuels, and other markets, which I'll explain next. You'll also see here under the Trading Reference Data Management, the 4 modules which are found in our ctrm solution, which we'll be covering today. We have trade management, risk management, physical operations, and financial operations. This all integrates with exchanges and through web services. Here you'll see our 3 product lines and also the industries we serve. So we're in the oil and gas space, metals, agricultures, and softs, such as wheat and coffee. We have this information in our Aspect DSC product. Freight, coal. These are our key markets where we deliver solutions today. And our Aspect DSC portal, it allows customers, we have customers in 90 countries who access exchange data from NYMEX, ICE, the DME, news and spot prices from Platts, Dow Jones, and they also get it on iPhone, BlackBerry, Android, and most smartphones. So we were the first in the market, I think 7 years ago, to deliver the BlackBerry solution, and we have many users on this across the world. That solution integrates with ctrm, so many of our customers will get the Aspect DSC and then upload prices into ctrm, so there's a seamless transfer for pricing and trading activity. And then we have our newest application, which is in beta testing, which will sit between the 2 products, and it allows you to build, archive, and manage forward curves for P&L calculations and forecasting. So it's all on the same platform with DSC, and then Aspect PM, where you can take your curves and then upload it into Aspect ctrm. And this is what we're here to talk about today. Our scenario analysis tool is within our Aspect ctrm module. Aspect ctrm is a suite of modules, as I mentioned: trade, risk, physical, and financial operations. It features the only system that we're aware of that can run P&L in real time as new pricing information is uploaded. This suite, it also produces end of day, end of month, and end of year reports quickly, while other systems, you may have to wait overnight for a report to run. This is instant as prices are uploaded. Our customers many times say for the first time they have an accurate view of their positions and portfolios all the time. The reporting system is very strong and allows for slicing of data just about any way you want to see it. This is our Aspect DSC product, as I mentioned. It has all the exchange information, Platts, and everything's on mobile and desktop. So this just gives you a look at it. We also have some London Metal Exchange data, as I mentioned, as we're in the metal space. It's all aggregated information in one place. Okay, so I particularly like this slide here. It kind of shows you the evolution of our products and that whole one platform idea, where many of our customers started many years ago using Aspect DSC to get their pricing and data. They'll evolve to our Aspect ctrm Lite edition, which is for front-end, light trading and risk management activity. Turns on with, it can actually turn on in just a few hours. So you get your pricing information, get it into ctrm, and you're working within just a few days. It expands as your business expands with new features and functionality, and it's seamless in the background. As our scenario analysis tools become available to existing customers, there's no software to install at these organizations. It's just turned on within the system, so it's a seamless, no interruption process, which is a tremendous value of our technology, which I'll get into next. But basically, many of our customers have gone through this path, and many of our larger customers are using the Enterprise Edition, which has the most robust features with also customization available and a lot of integration with other solutions. This slide just shows you a little bit about our customers and the regions of the world where we are. We've been in business for 11 years. We have more than 500 clients in 90 countries. We have offices in Singapore, London, Malaysia, Moscow, and we also have people here in the United States. Our customers range from large oil refining and trading companies to mid and large-sized petroleum wholesalers, bunker companies, plus metals and steel traders and suppliers. We're delivering services from one trader companies to thousands, and we're able to do this at an affordable cost because of our web-based technology, which I'll get into next. We're able to deliver our solutions quickly at an affordable monthly subscription because of the way we created our technology 11 years ago. We built our applications from the beginning as web-based from day one. Many vendors today are still using older client-server technology, which requires maintenance of that technology and hardware at the customer site. We don't have that. It's web-based. It's maintained by our engineers here. Many popular terms have been used over the years, beginning with on-demand, I remember, and then software as a service, or SaaS, and now the newest term is cloud computing. And basically, they all mean the same thing, and our customers have been enjoying these powerful advantages for more than 10 years. No hassle subscription licensing, add users and remove users as needed, no hardware costs, no maintenance costs, no software, a global continuous connectivity, very secure. It's a solution that you need fit by your requirements, and as I mentioned before, the no interruption updates is quite nice. So, as I mentioned cloud computing, I'll just briefly discuss what cloud computing is. I'm sure many of you have heard with the term cloud computing, even in consumer commercials on TV today, and you recognize the companies such as Amazon, especially, who's selling many products online, and their solutions are in the cloud. They're fully web-based. Google and Salesforce.com is a marketing application that we use here at Aspect, which is also a cloud computing solution. What this means is it uses internet-based computing, software and information and computing power provided to the customer on demand. It allows you to tap into vast reserves of computing power and not have to have that on site in servers and hardware. It provides on-demand services that are always on, anywhere, anytime, anyplace. Rapid deployment and configuration with the features you need, and you pay for those features by subscription. So that pretty much just gives you a brief overview of who we are, and what I'm going to do is pass this on to Stas, who will get more into what the scenario analysis tool is and how you can use it at your company. Stas?
Thanks, Bridget. Within the next 15 minutes, we will go through the functionality of our new module, of our new scenario analysis module. And what I will do is that I will explain what the main use cases are, what problems it helps to solve, and how it can help traders and risk managers. We'll go through several slides, and then we'll dive into the live demo. So on this slide, you can see three main use cases. These are pricing scenarios, trading scenarios, and trading optionality. So the first one is pricing scenarios. So this is the main use case of risk managers. So some people call it stress testing. So typically, every trading company has a set of forward curves that can be obtained from a broker or from Clearport or from other sources. And typically, positions are revalued on a daily basis or more often as required based on these forward curves. So you get your standard P&L in this way. However, what will happen if, for example, this forward curve changes rapidly? If, for example, it goes from contango to backwardation or the other way around? What if month 2 and month 3 go up because of some industrial action? So what you can do in this module is you can reshape your forward curves. You can go into a special sandbox mode, and you can system will show you your curves, and you will be able to use user-friendly drag and drop applet to reshape these curves, to change the shape of these curves, and to instantly revalue your positions based on these curves. So effectively, you will be able to set up one or more pricing scenarios and get, what if prices go this way? How is it going to affect my profit and loss? The second use case is trading scenarios. So there is a good example on this map. Imagine that you buy a cargo if you have a supply contract for crude oil in Arab Gulf. And you may have multiple opportunities where to sell it. So in the most simple scenario, one option might be to sell it to Mediterranean. The other option would be to sell it to Singapore or ship it to the Far East. So obviously, with every scenario, you will be able to obtain different prices. So if you sell to Mediterranean, most likely your sale will be based on Mediterranean price index. If you sell to the Far East, it will be based on Singaporean price index. And your costs, your secondary costs will be different. So freight cost will be different. There will be different insurance costs, and so on and so forth. So what traders often do, they set up a spreadsheet and they set up several scenarios there, and they track on daily basis. What if I go this way? What if I go that way? How much money will I make? The key thing is that these numbers change every day as new prices are published by exchanges and Platts. So traders typically look at these spreadsheets and check, okay, if I go this way, will it be more profitable than that way? So this use case, you can model it in the new scenario analysis module. You can share these scenarios, so you can set up different options. You can monitor profit and loss. These options are likely to yield in real time. You can share these scenarios with your colleagues. And finally, when you make a final decision, you just go ahead with one of these options. The third use case is called trade optionality. So for most of physical contracts, you can choose, well, first of all, for example, most of physical contracts have quantity tolerance. So they never say that you have to buy or you have to sell exactly 20,000 metric tons, for example. There is usually operational tolerance, plus minus 10%, plus minus 5%. Usually regarding quality, sometimes you can deliver a little bit a cargo with a little bit more sulfur, a little bit less sulfur. Sometimes you can play with quantities and with you can even shift DL dates. So system provides you with a special sandbox mode. So let's assume that you anticipate to leave the cargo on the 13th of May. So in this module, you can enter the sandbox mode and check, what if I lift it a little bit later? What if I lift it 1 week later? How will it affect my profit and loss? Or if I have a term contract, what if I lift more this month and I lift a little bit less next month? Will it be more profitable for me or not? You can also do all sorts of scenarios related to blending. What if I blend my cargoes in this way or in that way using this module? Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch over to our live system, and I'm going to show how this module works. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, for those who are already using our Aspect ctrm solution, this screen will be very familiar. So new what if module is just at the moment it is an add-on module to our Aspect ctrm, and when it's switched on, you have some additional menu items. So if this module is enabled in the system, then there is an additional sub-menu under Tools. It's called Scenario Analysis. So what you can do from this menu, you can enter any scenario that you set up before, or you can create new scenarios. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to show how to set up a price scenario. To do that, I'm going to enter the Manage Scenarios menu. I already have a couple of scenarios I set up earlier, and I'm going to create a new one. Let me call it, for example, steep contango. I can choose whether this scenario should be private or public. If I select private, then I will be the only person who will be able to see and revalue trades based on these prices and this new scenario. If I make it public, then my colleagues will be able to access my scenario and revalue their positions based on it. I can also choose whether I would like to make price updates absolute or relative. Absolute means that system will simply copy all standard curves to the scenario, and then all changes will be saved to this scenario. If I select relative, then the system will save increments to standard prices. So when I reshape my curve, system will say that the difference to standard prices, and as standard prices change, my reshaped curves will change as well. I'm going to create a relative scenario this time. So let me press create. System tells me that my scenario has just been created. So next thing to do is to enter this scenario. I'm going to go to Tools, Scenario Analysis, enter Scenario Analysis Mode, and select Steep Contango. So after I select this menu item, system is now in sandbox mode. So it shows this red box in the top right corner saying that I'm in the scenario analysis mode, and in fact all changes that I do in this mode won't be visible in standard database by default. So I can change whatever I want in this scenario. I can change prices, I can change trades, delete trades, create new portfolios. These will not affect standard company reports. So let us start with prices. What you can do is you can switch between different pricing reports. You can use standard screens like FX rates, spot prices, futures prices, and you can change any curves, any price, any numbers in these screens to check what effect they will have on your profit and loss. This is one option or one way to change your prices, to set up your price scenario. The other option is to use a specially designed pricing scenario config screen. I'm going to say a few words about this report and show it in more detail. So what this screen shows you, it shows you all curves set up in the system, grouped according to the criteria set up at the top. So you can you can choose to show all curves in a single group. You can group them hierarchically, so you can group all curves by location and by product. That's what I'm doing at the moment. So you can see that the first level of grouping is Europe. Then I have my European fuel oil curves, my European gasoline curves, my European crude oil curves, gas oil curves, and so on. Then if I scroll down, I will have North America, and I will have American diesel, gasoline, heating oil, crude oil, and so on. So what I can do as the first step, I can group my curves so that similar curves are grouped together. This is very useful to save time. You don't really want to change every curve separately. One option would be, for example, to select a group, all my European fuel oil or all my European gasoline curves, and change all of them by constant, proportionally, or graphically. So if you choose to change something by a constant, system asks you, how would you like to change it? For example, I can tell the system that I would like all prices to go up by $20 a ton. You can select unit from the drop-down. So after I press change, the system will update all the prices. So you can see that all prices go up a little bit, and more than that, system does conversions, unit conversions automatically. So my ethanol curve, it's traded in dollars per cubic meter, so system automatically converts from tons to cubic meters based on density of ethanol. You can also do proportional change. You can tell the system, okay, now after that I'm going to additionally to add 5% to all the prices. You press change and system changes all the prices, all of them go up by 5%. So you can apply multiple changes. You can regroup the curve. So for example, initially you can increase all European prices by $100 a ton. Then you can regroup them and increase all fuel oil curves by additional 5%, and so on. The third option is to use a graphical change. We've designed a special graphical editor where you can update curves in bulk. So let me give you a couple of examples. I'm going to select my 3.5% fuel oil curves. I have 3 on this screen. So what I can do, I can press graphical change, and system will ask me whether I would like to reshape these curves separately, yes or no. If I press yes, then what system will do, it will show me all 3 curves separately. I can move my mouse over these points. These are points on my curves, and I can change, use drag and drop to reshape these curves. So I can, for example, take this one. This is 3.5% fuel for Rotterdam barges. Increase June and July a little bit. I can also increase August. After I press apply, my changes are saved into the forward curve grid, and you can see that all prices that have been changed are highlighted with pink so that you can easily check what you have changed. The other option is to change all these curves in bulk. So if I select all 8 European fuel oil curves and press graphical change, then what system will do, it will show me an average curve. This is weighted, this is an average of all fuel oil European prices. So what I can do, I can further change this, change the whole group. For example, let me change it to Contango, the first for months. So now after I press apply, system will apply these changes to June, July, August, September of these curves. Okay, so the third option is you can group everything by correlation. So in this case, system will do correlation analysis, and after that it will group all curves that are highly correlated together. This is the third option. So after you finish with your scenarios, you have two options. You can save these prices into scenarios by pressing use these prices, or you can always reset to standard prices. What I'm going to do is I'm going to press use these prices. System will ask for confirmation. I'll tell that yes, I would like to save all these prices, and after these prices are saved, all my profit and loss numbers in this scenario are automatically updated. So what you can do, you can use all standard reports. You can look at your value at risk, you can look at your profit and loss, you can drill down into profit and loss figures. These numbers are now calculated based on reshaped forward curves. What you need to remember is that these updated prices will affect only P&L in your scenario analysis mode. Your colleagues working in the standard mode will not see any changes at all. Okay, so this is the first use case. This is pricing scenarios, and it is particularly useful for risk managers. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to leave my scenario. I'm going to select exit scenario analysis mode, and after that, I'm going to go back to manage scenarios and delete my steep contango scenario. Okay, now it's gone. What I would like to do next is to show the second use case, which is trading scenarios. I have set up a top-level strategy called Northwest Europe Trading. It's making $4 million. And if I drill down, there is a sub-strategy called Slavneft 35 KT 91R cargo that's making $300,000. So if I drill down, what we have there is we bought cargo. We bought 35,000 metric tons of gasoline from a company called Slavneft, and the basis is FOB Ventspils. I already have an inspection cost. This is like a half setup strategy. We don't have any sell trades yet. I'm marking to market the netback of Northwest Europe gasoline prices. I'm subtracting freight from Baltic ports to Northwest Europe, and this is my mark-to-market price. So what I've done is I've set up two different scenarios. One of them is called Slavneft 91R sell to Northwest Europe to NWE. The other one is sell to US Atlantic coast. So if I enter the first one, then you will see that there is an additional sell trade. This is my anticipated sell trade, and underlying price. It's based on premium unleaded for Rotterdam barges. And the pricing basis is pricing schedule is average of June. So I anticipate that I will be able to sell it of this index based on average of June price. And I have some additional costs. So you can see that now I have a secondary cost for freight. So I anticipate to pay $600,000 for freight to Northwest Europe. There is this inspection cost, it stays the same, and I also have an insurance cost of $69,000 US. So all these trades and additional costs, they are not visible in the standard mode. But what you can do, you can see that if you go this way, then most likely you will yield these profits. So your profit will be $312,000. By the way, all these trades, of course, they are not real. This is just a sample scenario. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to exit this scenario and enter another one, US Atlantic coast. So this scenario tells me what happens if I sell this to the United States. So my original purchase trade is the same, but you can see that my sell trade is now based on New York unleaded 93 cargo, and my pricing basis is the same. It's from the 1st of June to the 30th of June. And prices, at the moment, prices in the United States are much higher. System automatically converts it from dollars per gallon to dollars per metric ton based on density. So my anticipated sell price in this case is much higher. However, my secondary costs are much higher as well. So you can see that anticipated freight is now $1 million, and my insurance is higher as well. So at the top, you can see that if you go this way, then right now if you go this way, then you anticipate the profit and loss will be $2.5 million, and this will be your exposure, this will be your risk, and your physical profit and loss will be $3.8 billion, and you will pay $1.2 million in secondary costs. Let me exit this scenario now. So what you can also do, you can see these two scenarios side by side. In order to do it, I'm going to enter a special report called Trading Scenario Analysis. What it does, it shows two lines at the top. The first one is sell to US Atlantic coast, the other one is sell to Northwest Europe. So it tells me that, okay, my total profit in this case will be $2.5 million. My profit if I sell to Northwest Europe is $300,000, and it gives me full breakdown. If you scroll down, the system will give all details of these two scenarios. So there is some additional information at the bottom. What is important is that these numbers are calculated based on today's forward curves and today's prices. So right now you can see that it's way more profitable to ship to US Atlantic coast. However, tomorrow it can change, or in 1 week it can change. So what you can do, you can monitor these reports every day. All these numbers will be recalculated based on the most recent prices. Or you can even subscribe to this report, so the system will send it to you by email every night. And you can just check, okay, today, if I go this way, then my profit will be like this. If I go that way, then my profit will be like this. Then finally, when you make a decision, you choose one of these scenarios, you save all trades from this scenario into the main mode, and you delete the scenario that you do not need anymore. Okay, at this moment, I'm going to switch over back to the presentation, and we'll hand over back to Bridget. Okay.
Thanks, Stas. That was terrific. So now we'll get back to the next part of our presentation, which is the Q&A. But before we do that, I really wanted to cover one last point, and that's free trials for CTRM. It really is unheard of in this industry and for any other vendor to be able to offer a free trial. But again, because of our technology and we don't have a high overhead to do this, we can configure a system within a couple of days and have you using the front end portion of Aspect CTRM Lite to get a feel for the system under trial circumstances. And it's a really powerful opportunity to try something with no risk. Many of these systems cost an exorbitant amount of money out of your budget, and to take that risk and possibly months to up to a year to deploy such a large system, there is a great deal of risk and budget involved. And with our system, you can take the front end, do trade capture, position keeping, P&L, and market risk reporting. It's standard out of the box. It comes with pre-built standard reports, and you can be up and running to trial it on a 30-day trial. So I urge you, if you're a qualified company looking for a solution at this time, to reach out and see what it would take to do this for you. So now we'll get on to the Q&A portion. We do have some questions that have come in. Remember, there's still time to ask some questions. So let's see, first question, how long does it take to install the system? Stas, this would be for you.
Okay, so Bridget has already mentioned that our systems are web-based. That means that you do not have any software to install on your site. So it's just a switch from our side. So what we'll do, we'll enable this functionality from our side, and you will be able to instantly access it.
Great. As a customer, how can I get access to this feature? This is a good question because I know we have several Aspect CTRM customers on this call, and this specific tool is built as an add-on module, which means it can be turned on or off for your organization depending what your role is. For example, if you're back office personnel, you probably don't have a need for it, but if you're front office, you do. So we can turn it on and off as needed. So contact your account exec and see how you can get added to your monthly subscription. There is a fee, but it's nominal when you consider, you know, how much you can avert in losses or gain from it to make your decisions. Let's see, can I import my own curves, and can everything be exported for use in another business application? Good question. Stas?
Okay, let me take this one. I would say yes and yes. Everything can be imported and everything can be exported out of our system. So you can import your curves from Excel spreadsheet and you can export curves into Excel as well. If you prefer more technical ways, then there are two other options. The first one is XML, so you can import any data in XML format and you can export this back into XML. And you can also link our application with your applications using web services methodology. So there are many different ways how you can import data and export it back.
Okay, great. It looks like you covered, can you import it? Can you actually build your own curves in the system? Or is that a separate?
Regarding building curves, there is some limited capability of building curves inside of our standard Aspect ctrm system, and we also have a piece of software called Aspect PM, which stands for Price Manager, that is designed just for that. It's designed for curve management, so you can set up curves, interdependencies between them. You can source data from different sources, and you can do different reality checks. For example, that premium unleaded should always be higher than regular unleaded, and so on and so forth. So you can use these additional applications for your forward curves.
Okay, great. And this is a good question. Do I need to buy Aspect ctrm to get it, or can I just get this specific scenario analyzer? I'll take this one. It's not available today on its own, but we do plan to launch it as a product that will sit by itself. This means you'll be able to subscribe to this module separately from ctrm, log in online, plug in different scenarios based on what you have to load into it. So we do plan on launching this. Let's see. We have another one here. This is for you, Stas. Just curious, can you use an iPad with it?
The answer is yes. Our system is web-based, so you can use it on any device that is capable of running a web browser. So it can be iPad, it can be iPhone, although on iPhone the screen is so small that you hardly be able to see anything. But on iPad, our system looks quite nice. You can also use all different sorts of laptops and desktops. You can use Mac computers, you can use PC, or you can use iPad. Everything that can run the browser will work.
That's great, and that's again because it's a cloud computing solution that this is all available due to the technology. We don't have to re-engineer the application. So, well, that does conclude the questions question portion. We wanted to just keep this kind of short and sweet to get a view of what the analysis tool is. So, thanks, Stas. That was terrific, and thank you everyone for attending this event. As I mentioned, just for attending or registering, you will receive a link via email to access the recorded webcast for future reference. And please, if you have any questions, just respond to that email or give one of us a call, and we'll be glad to show you further detail or perhaps take a look at a ctrm Lite trial. So thanks again, and look for more upcoming webcasts, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.